How old did you turn?
23.
What year were you born in?
Don't ask nonsensical questions.
That's all.
1991.
Oh.
No, 1992.
Okay, so let me rewind. This is my sister.
My name is Marlene Alvarez. I am fierce and fabulous.
On any given weekend, you can probably find her wearing sweatpants and watching Real Housewives reruns. But today was a little different. First, there was the hair. And then there was the makeup. And then there was the flossing of the teeth in the car. So you may be wondering what's the occasion? Well, she'll probably hate me for saying this, but it was her 30th birthday celebration. Yes, I said it out loud. 30th birthday. So here's the deal. I sat down with some of the closest people to her, including herself, and asked them some questions about her so that she can see why she should embrace her 30 years of life and how she's blessed us with 30 years of fierceness and fabulousness. Now let's get started.
Do you think your mom's a good driver?
Yes, I think my mom is a good driver, but sometimes when I'm in the car with her, I go like this.
I get a little bit scared when I'm in the car with her.
Well, I'm pretty used to her driving, so I'm used to the angriness.
I think my anger levels are right where they need to be to drive in this flippant LA traffic.
Okay, if you ask Marlene, she'll say she's a great driver. But there was this one time where she drove home and there was a dead, fully grown bird in the back of her car.
I think Marlene's driving is pretty good, except when the road rage gets to her. One time she imagined a falcon flew through her window and landed on her lap.
And when you ask her, she says that the bird flew into her window, tried to attack her, and then just died. But we know what truly happened. She killed that bird.
Do you think she owns too many pairs of shoes?
Yes, because she has like 1,000.
Her house has 3 rooms. One for her, one for her daughter, and one for her shoes.
I'd say Marlene has too many shoes, but she goes about it the right way in terms of how she purchases them.
I think she has like at least, 150, a whole room full of shoes. Approximately how many pairs of shoes do you have?
Like 60?
Do you think you have too many?
Not at all. Are you kidding me? Just getting started.
Do I think she's a little too obsessed with Disneyland? Well, I will say she does go a little Disney crazy sometimes.
Too obsessed? No. Am I a fan? Yes. But too obsessed? No. There's no such thing as being too obsessed with Disneyland.
She goes to Disneyland every week. It's kind of a serious condition.
And she buys way too much Disneyland merchandise for Camille.
My mom and I go to Disneyland like every weekend.
So what is her favorite food in the whole entire world?
Oh, hands down, bean and cheese burritos.
Bean and cheese burritos.
Bean and cheese burritos.
Bean and cheese burritos?
Bean and cheese burritos.
Do you think it's embarrassing when she sings and dances in the car while stuck in traffic?
Yeah, I mean, all you can really do is just slouch in the passenger seat.
I've learned that if you just don't make eye contact with the cars around you, it's not as embarrassing.
Well, when she used to pick me up from school, I try to get real low, and not let the other people see me.
She is like dancing all over the place, and I'm like, don't do that.
Do you think you spend too much money at Target?
Yes,
Why?
because I need everything in that store.
She looks at stuff, then she says, I'm buying it. And then she buys it and wastes money.
You just don't want to let her go near it because it just gets out of control.
Is your mom a good cook?
My mom makes very great eggs and waffles. So good.
She's very good at making eggs.
She is infamous for being a bad cook. So she's set off the fire alarm on multiple occasions.
She does some good quesadillas. She's really good with the thing, I don't know what it's called, the Mexican tortilla pan.
Yeah, I mean, a Mexican who can't make frijoles. Who knew?
Do you think she yells too much at sporting events, and how does that make you feel?
When you're in high school and you're trying to fit in, the worst thing in the world is having an older sister like Marlene. It makes you want to just walk past.
I mean, I guess I've seen people look at her, when we're in the stands. I mean, I guess that's a little embarrassing.
I remember she used to go to all my basketball games in high school, and at that time she was pregnant with Camilan. So everyone knew her as the crazy pregnant yelling woman from the stands.
She screams at the ref, she screams at the players, she screams at you, she screams at the fans, and she doesn't stop screaming.
When do you think you'll stop getting carded?
Never!
I think she's gonna stop being carded pretty soon.
When we were flying to Orlando, and the flight attendant came up to her and asked her if she wanted some alcohol. And then he, of course, asked her for her ID to make sure she was 21. And for the whole, 3 hours of the flight, all I kept hearing from her was like, but did you see? He asked me for my ID. He didn't think I was 21. The whole time. The whole flight. I had to hear that. What are your thoughts on how she used to play basketball and specifically shoot free throws?
Okay, well, she had the most ridiculous shooting form.
I think in retrospect, she remembers herself being much better than she actually was.
She'd go down to shoot, and she'd go lower and lower, and she'd be like squatting all the way to the floor. There's times where you weren't sure if she was going to come back up.
It's like she's taking a dump in the middle of the forest.
What are your thoughts on her bangs in the 90s?
I think every kid, went through a phase where they got some ridiculous haircut that they wish they could take back.
I understand that that's probably what was stylish, back in the 90s, but...
The chola look was in back in the day, so...
I think she looked pretty with her bangs.
What is something she says a lot?
Coño!
Coño.
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 Okay.
I don't even know what that word means.
Coño. But she pronounces it in different ways depending on the situation. So, you'll hear her be like, coño, or she'll be like, coño, when she's really frustrated about something.
Yo!
Okay, so it's all been fun and games and bean and cheese burritos, but it's time to get sappy. Yeah, we may love to make fun of her, but that's only because she plays such a big role in our lives. She's been a great wife, a great mom, and a great sister, and God knows where we'd be if we didn't have her and her crazy antics to guide us and entertain us. So moral of the story is that 30 ain't so bad, especially when you're able to look back and see how many lives you've touched over the course of those 30 years. So I think what we're all trying to say here is...
Muchas gracias por todo. Te queremos mucho. Mua. Mi mami siempre se va a ver como una quinceañera.